Okay, welcome back. So we're going to add a few details to this, hopefully teach you a few new skills. The first thing I want to teach you is that we're going to turn this into like several mods, like 2, I think. I don't know. And so one of the things that we need to remember is that when we're going to cover several topics, we need to have a decent amount, and maybe this is too much, of space between the big elements. And so I am going to reduce this so the reader can clearly see there's a distinction between this topic and this one. And I'm also going to put a frame around it entirely. So the reader can clearly see. Now, I know I've got a couple ditties I'm going to have to work with. But so now I'm going to put a full frame all the way around this. So the reader says, aha, that's a totally different topic. So I'm going to go to swatches. I'm going to change this to none. I'm going to do a black outline. I'm going to make that 2 points. Pull this in a little, pull these up a little. Kind of doing a rough job of it right now. But so as you can see, the reader can clearly say, oh, now we have 2 topics going on. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and for now I'm going to delete these captions, and I'm going to delete this space, and I'm going to go into something that maybe you haven't used before, and that is the click and go tool, which is in the Monarch palette. And I have pre-selected module, so I'm going to go to click and go, and I'm going to come all the way down to number 157. Now I have these all in a book that you're welcome to look at. And we're welcome to use these. And I want to show you this too. You can change the view so you can actually see them. But this was just kind of a basic one that I chose. So notice it doesn't fit perfectly. That's okay. We can make it fit a little bit better. So I'm arrowing that over. I'm going to ungroup this. Oops, I guess I thought it was grouped. It's not grouped. And now I'm just going to slide things over so things get within the space that we want. So I'm going to reduce and this is just what you have to do if you want to use these modules. You have to, use them and make them fit. And the other thing that we have to think about is the font. So, and then I think this should be up a little bit maybe, and I'm going to go ahead and make it more words. I'm going to Command A. I'm going to make the font bigger. Headline. I've got a typo there. I want that to align right there. We have to imagine there's going to be other words there. I don't really like this line, so it's going to go away. But now the fonts, remember we brought those in. So this is Clearface. So this is the trick I want to teach you. I'm going to go into Type. I'm going to say Find Font, and I'm going to select Clearface, and I'm going to change all the clear faces to Abyss. So I'm going to change that to AYT Abyss right there. I'm going to change all. And then I have another one that I'm going to change all. Now, excuse me, we might have more things that we know we want to change, is in the style. And now like this, the change took up more space, so then I have to change my box a little bit. The other thing that I want you aware of is that's not our style to do the 0, 0. So I'm going to make sure that whenever I'm setting up a template, I'm setting the template up the way we want it. And we don't capitalize names, so I'm going to down cap that so that whoever, and I'm going to go ahead and use quotation marks. So whoever, maybe there were quotation marks there. Okay, so whoever goes to do this doesn't have to think. And it will clearly be consistent with the rest of the book, and we don't really use that comma either. Okay, so there you learned how to use Click and Go. Now, another big thing that I want to teach you, watch my time, I have 10 minutes yet, is we're going to take this big photo box and we're going to draw several photos within it, okay? So I'm going to draw them kind of fast because I'm watching my time. This one is going to be about right there. And then this one, well, I better turn on my lines. Cancel. And then we're going to have to zoom in. Oh, well, I better give these some lines. What do you think? So that I can see what I'm doing. Black outline. This one we'll do a black outline. Okay, so these lines, we want them exactly on top of one another. Okay. And we're really not done with that yet, but we are for the moment, I guess. And then I'm going to draw another photo box about the same size right there. And it did not listen to me, so I'm going to get it to listen. Black outline, it didn't remember. There we go. And then I'm going to draw another one. That space there is where the captions are going to go. Because we're going to have a variety of photographs here. Okay. This one got pretty short, but oh well. So one of the things I want to show you, and I may not fine tune all of mine, but you're going to do yours, is these. I want you to learn about our math class, our geometry class. Okay, so if I take this picture and I want to look at where this point is, I'm going to select that corner up here, that reference point. Okay, so now I'm going to have to make some notes. That tells me that reference point, I'm going to look at the X and the Y, is at 24 picas 7 points and 15 picas 11.449. Okay, which means this one in the upper left corner, different corner, all right, so how are we doing on these? This one, so I think what we're going to do is we are simply going to zoom in to like 400, 300, and we are going to move these lines a tiny bit until they are perfect. I think we're getting there. I think this one needs to come over a bit more. But we want that one pica line on top of the other pica line. Because otherwise our line ends up being thicker than we want it to be. Okay, are we done? I think we've got to be really close. Okay, we're going to finish this part by, we're going to plop in some text. This may not be perfect, so you're going to have to make yours perfect even though mine isn't because I'm watching the clock. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to fill this with black, and then I'm going to make this gray, I think. And then I'm going to take a piece, I'm going to make a new text box. Notice if I start drawing here, I'm going to just move that, and that's not what I want to do. So sometimes you have to draw outside. And I'm going to do that again, my text tool. So I'm going to draw my box. And I'm going to fill with placeholder text. I'm going to pull this in, so I'm eyeballing it about a pica all the way around. Now I've got too much text. Okay, now since I have 1, 2, 3, is it 4 photographs? 1, 2, 3, 4 photographs. I have to let my reader know that somehow. So what I'm going to do is at each photograph, I'm going to go Option 8, space. And you know another way to do that. I will remind you. 4 photographs. I'll do another one here. The other way to do that is to go type, insert special character, symbols, and go grab the bullet. So that's another way to do that. So now we've started to make this a module. We've made this a module of 4 photographs. You learned how to do a click and go. And what happened down here? Something with my headline. Oh, I changed fonts and that changed. Okay, so that means I'm just going to make this smaller, and maybe I'll grab these pieces and go down a bit. Oops. How's that looking? Okay, not too shabby. Okay, I've got some more pieces that I want to do, but I'm going to stop because I'm almost out of time.